Welcome to Millenia. Be ye man, woman, child, spirit, creature, demon. Be ye native, migrator, or invader, entities of all the foils. Welcome to Millenia, for I am your host, the Millenian Mailman, here today to bring you the news and information from Songbook Sunday. Today's song for Songbook Sunday is the very first song I ever wrote. Call it Over and Through. I made it when I was 7 years old and then made the last touch-ups on it 13 years later when I turned 20 and haven't touched it and will not ever touch it again. I don't. As of now, I'm not having any plans to allow it to be modified. But it's more so a rather slower beat, I'd say. Slower tempo. Or rather mid-tempo. It's not too slow. Mid-tempo, but a slower rhythm, I guess, than what I got used to doing. I called it Over and Through. But yeah. 7-year-old made it. So I'll hum the general tune of it first, and then I'll sing along with it for you. But the pattern of my song goes chorus to verse 1, chorus to verse 2, chorus to verse 3, and then chorus with an outro, and with the outro being a modification of reintegrating the chorus, where my whole song style of all the songs I make is a changing chorus, because there's something about the stagnant aspect of choruses and how repetitive it is. It's just made me uncomfortable. So as a 7-year-old child, to this day, even to this day, anytime I make a song, I make the chorus change over time to really show the progression aspect. I don't necessarily hate songs with stagnant choruses, but it really shows that I don't like doing them myself. So every song I have really has one aspect or two of them that changes throughout the song every time the chorus gets sung, because help push along the fact that things are changing. Things are the same, like the chorus is the same, but something about it in that chorus is changing and really shifting with time as the song goes on, as this progresses, really to get that along. So 7-year-old me, that was true. Here I am, X number of years later, doing the same thing with every single one of my songs, as much as possible, making even the most repetitive aspect of the song slightly shift throughout the song. So again, I have it the original chorus, the first verse, which has been revised, the second chorus, then the second verse, which has been revised over 13 years, and then I have the OG third chorus, and then the revision of the third verse, the OG fourth chorus, and then leading into the outro, which has stayed the same and hasn't changed. But just that aspect. Where in the outro is where I really display the changes that have been being made by putting the very first of it, the very, very first chorus, side by side by the very last chorus. And I know that probably doesn't make any sense right now, but it'll make sense after I sing it. So, yeah, Songbook Sunday, here it is. But Over and Through is the title of the song, and here's the hum for the tune. Right? That's it. There's the hum, there's the tune. Ba-dum ba-dum bum, ba-dum bum bum, bum ba-dum bum, bum ba-dum bum. And then to the actual song. Over the hills and through the meadows, that's where you're gonna find trees. Over the hills and through the meadows, that's where you're gonna find me. It'll be any day now, just me up at your door. May not have a plan, don't know how or when, but I'ma get you to the dance floor. I'll even have a picnic basket for us and all our friends. I'll be eating my sandwich from then till the day ends. Over the hills and through the trees, that's where you're gonna find me. Over the hills and through the trees, that's where you'll find our creek. I'll be in the tree house, just waiting for you to come along. I'll be standing tall and strong, strong to carry you in arms. Friend, I won't steer you wrong. Darling, lovely baby, baby, let me lead you on. Over the rivers and through the trees, that's where you'll find seas. Over the rivers and through the trees, that's where you'll find me. I'm now joining the Navy. Rocky roads put through hell and back. Gotta find my way, I'll train every day. I'm gonna stay. Said even on a rainy day, that's where you'll find me. I'll surely make it out for you. Over and through. Over the rivers and through the oceans, that's where I'll be. Over the rivers and through the oceans, that's where you'll find me. Over the hills and through the meadows, that's where you'll find me and trees. Over the rivers and through the ocean, that's where you'll find me. Yep, that was Over and Through. Over and Through. Where again, the original chorus was over the hills and through the meadows, that's where you'll find trees. Over the hills, through the meadows, that's where you'll find mwah. And then the last one is that over the rivers and oceans, over the rivers and oceans, me. So that outro really showed you over the hills and through the meadows, find me and trees. Over the hills, through the ocean, over the rivers and through the ocean, and that's where you'll find me. So that's that constant shifting, I'll say, is the example there, right? And the original versus revised pieces, a few of the things was in the original one that was not in the original that I revised and added on. I never really took anything out of the original song. I just kept adding to it to kind of extend it off a little bit, right? All the choruses from chorus 1, 2, 3, and 4 into the outro, those are all the same. I just added to each of the verses in the song, where in the first verse, it'll be any day now, just me up at your door, may not have a plan, don't know how or when, I'll get you to the dance floor. On my original draft of the song, I had the word dance floor, but I never had it in the song. I revised it in later. But the second half of that, I'll even have a picnic basket for us and all our friends. I'll be eating my sandwich till the day ends. That was a part of the original one. It just wasn't worded like that because I was only 7 years old. So it was rather jarring if I sang it to you before, because the words were a bit jumbled. But it was to this tune, at that beat, and at that tempo and pace of singing to it. It was just not spoken in that order. Had a picnic basket, a sandwich, all day long. That was verse 1. Verse 2, I'll be in a treehouse waiting for you to come along, standing tall and strong to carry you in arms. Friend, I won't steer you wrong. Darling, let me lead you on. The only part of the second verse that was there was that I'll be in the treehouse waiting for you to come along. And then I did change the fact that I'll be waiting and listening in the rain. Where the first part, I'll be in the treehouse waiting for you to come along, and the second part of that was that no matter the weather, we can come together. Something along that lines. I didn't end up keeping that, but I replaced it for standing tall. And like, if it ever got a music video, that's where you can just have me standing in the rain waiting for someone who's never going to come. But friends, I won't steer you wrong. Let me lead you on. That is something I added on later, a few years later, I believe. It wasn't the last year, 13 year. 13 year, the year 13, when I made the final edits to it, that was when I added on to the third verse, where I made the comments about the Navy. All the Navy and the training stuff, that was added on. The word hell was definitely not in my original song. Yes.
I can't even steal a pickle.
She don't got no more pickles left. There's one. So, the second verse, the thing that stayed was the first line about the treehouse and waiting for you to come along. Everything else was revised later on. And then third verse, I'm now joining the Navy, so let you know. I'm now joining the Navy. Gotta find my way, put through hell and back. Training every day. I'm gonna stay, like I'm going to stay the path of joining and going through the Navy. And this is where I kind of shifted the comment about the rain, because that was the first half that was entirely placed in there. But the second half of it, even on a rainy day, that's where you'll find me. That's where I decided to cement the rain comment. That's where you'll find me. I'll surely make it out for you over and through. Where I don't exactly remember where the I'll surely make it out for you came from in the draft book, but that is somewhere in there. The over and through comment, even on a rainy day, and the over and through, that was in the original version of the song. And I just, because I'm a big fan of having the words in the title be a part of the song. So over and through, I really wanted to put that in there, even as a 7-year-old. I made sure to put the word over and through directly together for the song, because I really hated how often I would remember certain parts of a song, and then I would like remember the song by that thing that the song was never called, right? Like a song called Nostalgia doesn't mention the word nostalgia in there at all. It's for a 7-year-old mind, it was a weird thing. So I, even now, I don't always do it, but I would say a majority of the songs I write, if I base, especially when I base it off a word and give it a title, I mention that title word for the song is at least once, if not twice, inside the song directly, right? So, yes, that has been my sing along for Songbook Sunday. My song, my very first song, Over and Through, written by 7-year-old me and then modified by 20-year-old me on when I made it. But that's a part of my songbook for Songbook Sunday. Hope you enjoy it. If you like my singing, click the like button. If you have questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and put that down in the comment section down below. And if you happen to, for some reason, want to give me secondhand embarrassment, go ahead and share it with other people, and subscribe exclusively if you care about me publishing my book, Millenia of the Millenia series. And by all means, click the bell button if for some odd reason you never want to miss any one of these videos that I'll be posting every day until I publish my book. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.